I was going to say also, I didn't have to gain the trust of my subjects because I just waited till they died, and then I could make them. Because all I think about all the time with making this movie is about my parents, is what they would think about it, you know. And I think when, if I'm being honest, I was probably not that it was in the forefront of my mind when my dad was still alive, but you know, what of doing it while they were still around, and that was just you know, is actually for me was, you know, something that was like a big issue making the movie. That the thoughts of my parents, how they would feel about it, and figuring out what I felt was the right, you know, amount to tell in terms of personal stuff, but then also I think in my own life with my kids and my wife, the evolution of my marriage and where it was, which was not in a great place when we started, when I started working on the movie to when I finished, where my wife and I had not been together, and then we got back together. We've been separated, so that actually really affected the story of the movie for me, and being able to talk to her about our relationship, and then talk to my kids about it too. So the fact that we had gotten to this place, which I realized was in my making the movie, was kind of connected, I think, to my experience of my parents, and how I think that was modeled for me, which is kind of subconsciously in terms of how they approached their marriage and looking at my own. That you know, these were all questions during the making of the movie: how much to reveal, how much to, you know, and for so long it was just something that I was making, you know, privately, that I would show to, you know, friends or friends of friends to get feedback on. That moment of like, okay, this is going to be what it is. Checking in with everybody close to me that they were okay to put this out in the world was important. But it is kind of surreal when you're, because I have never made a doc or a doc. I love documentaries. I find them to be the most, to me, are the most emotionally affecting movies. You know, to be able to make something that was hopefully honest, but then also to put it out there in the world. I was pretty clear by the time we put it out that, okay, I felt like the movie was speaking to something that hopefully would connect with people on a personal level about their own relationships and families. And that's, for me, was part of the justification or rationalization for me in being able to say, okay, it's okay to talk about this personal stuff.